Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Mad Stacker here for the Brick Builders Club. I'm here with my buddy Clutch.
What up? I'm Clutch, but you already knew that.
And we're here today to show you how to use one of the items in your box this month. You may have noticed you got this little folded thing, and it looks like, what is it?
Free paper for me.
Well, you open it up, and it's actually an 8x8 game board. This is a classic game board design. We decided to recreate it with a little Lego action for you. And I figured, well, some people are like, oh, well, it's a chessboard. Some people are like, oh, it's a checkerboard. It's actually pretty much anything you want it to be. So I figured we would teach you a couple games to play on it. We're going to teach you about the next game, which we're not going to be able to play a full game of because it would take a long time and would be extremely boring. That game is chess.
Ooh, I don't even know the rules to chess.
Chess is an incredibly old game.
Is that Kung Fu Panda?
Chess, obviously, if any of you don't know, the object of the game is to checkmate or hide or whatever, trap your opponent's king, which you're not supposed to kill him, you're just supposed to checkmate him. Chess is an incredibly old game. It was invented around 28 CE in India. That was when we saw the first chess boards, and they all looked different then. They were like elephants and stuff like that. The current rules were developed in 1475 in Southern Europe, Italy. I think it was really big in Italy. You know about that. And chess is just like, it's ubiquitous at this point. I know you don't know how to play. I barely know how to play.
I played me some Lego chess in the day, which was a PC game, and hopefully not for any other consoles.
Probably not. They are actually, I'm very excited about the new Pirates chess set that's coming out.
And about 2 years ago, we got a castle chess set, which was like the 5th or 6th castle chess set we've seen.
So you can, and with this one, it's great because you can make your own pieces. You can make them anything you want. You can make brick-built ones like we have here. You can make them out of minifigures, really whatever you want. Chess is a pretty easy game. Chess, like I said, it's ubiquitous. It shows up everywhere. Lewis Carroll threw The Looking Glass, which was the one that came after Alice in Wonderland. It was like all about chess. The whole thing was chess. It was like, Alice needs to get to the other side of the Looking Glass place to become the queen of all chessland. And if you're a huge nerd like me, and I know Clutch is going to scoff at this, if you get some friends that are members of the Brick Builders Club, you can put 3 of these boards on top of each other and play 3-dimensional chess like they do in Star Trek. I don't know how it works. It's incredibly complicated. I think it's a Vulcan thing. I'm not sure.
I'm scoffing on the inside.
So these pieces are pretty simple that we just made them here. This is the king or the queen, if you like, really, whatever. The queen can move in any direction, any number of spaces on the board. She can move this way, she can move this way, she can move diagonally across. She's crazy. The queen is insane. I believe the queen goes here. This is, well, I was supposed to make it, I made it like a bishop. It's supposed to look a little Eastern, like you said before, a little Kung Fu Panda, what have you.
That's Kung Fu Panda, man.
The bishop lives thusly, and
I think that's where the king goes.
No, that's where the king goes. This is where the bishop goes, because that's where the knight goes, and that's where the rook goes. So this is the
weird.
This is the black bishop. You'll also have a white bishop on the other side, and each one of them can only move diagonally. The bishop can move along this way. You can zigzag it if you want. You know, that's how the bishop works. And the white one can do the same, but only on white spaces. So it's a little sort of strategic thing there. This one I just made. He's a pawn. He's just little. You're supposed to have a whole bunch of them going this way. And pawns can only move 1 space at a time, directly forward, unless it's the first space that it moves, in which case he can move 2 spaces. He gets a little jump off the line. I don't know what it is.
He gets the boost when you start playing immediately. When the clock says go, you get a boost.
Yeah, just
right?
like in
games.
Yeah, that's how games work.
Just like in games.
So that's chess. Chess. If you want to learn how to play chess, ask somebody, look it up online. It's a complicated game. It's being played for years. Now there are computers that can do it.
Find a wise elder. They
will teach you how to play chess.
In your local village, find a wise elder.
They will learn you the ways of chess. And last, and arguably maybe least,
it can be a hat.
It keeps the rain off. It's very good like that. So the last game we're going to talk about today is a game that most of you hopefully know, and it's a simple game of red versus black, and it's checkers. Checkers. Also, because everything is British and everything starts off as British, it's called drafts, but it's spelled like draughts. So how that works, I don't know. Is that drinks or horses? I'm thinking it's horses. I don't know, like I said. And this is another one you're gonna like. Checkers is, of all these games, and possibly of any game, Checkers is one of the oldest games that's available. It was actually invented in 3000 BC in Mesopotamia, which is a place that isn't around anymore.
Use it in a sentence. Hey, look, there's Mesopotamia.
But not only was it invented in Mesopotamia, it was invented in a city in Mesopotamia called...
Checkers.
No, it's shorter than that. It would just be You are tell that to your friends. That's a fact that you can show off. Everybody played it. It was played in ancient Egypt. Plato and Homer played it in ancient Greece. It's an incredibly old game. And interestingly enough, way back in the year 2007, which was a whole bunch of years ago, in the University of Alberta, they created a computer program that they named Chinook, which is also a helicopter, but in this case, it's a program to play checkers that has never been beaten by anyone, except maybe a newer computer that they invented named Chinook 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
The Chinookening. So checkers is a fairly simple game. You
Did I do this right?
I think you might have done it right. I don't know. Maybe it's only 2 lines. I'm not sure.
I think it's... Is this board regulation size?
I believe this board is regulation size.
Can I slam dunk on it?
Slam dunk a board. And checkers is really, you can only move each space once. You can only move it diagonally on the black spaces.
For one side is on one color, the other side's on the other color, right?
I don't think that's the case. I think it's only black. I thought it was only black.
Okay.
And then you just sort of jump the pieces one by one. And if you got somebody else's piece here, you can jump over it.
You can stack it to the limit.
And then you take the piece. And then if you keep doing that, and if you jump over all the pieces and you get to the back, then and only then can you stack it to the limit.
Now I've always held firmly that the whole kinging situation, king me and all that and such, is not an actual rule of checkers, but more of a playground rule. Is that true? Can we look up the legitimacy of kinging?
Well, I can tell you that obviously checkers has gone through a lot of rule changes over the years, and I believe that's one of them that's a more recent addition.
Yeah.
So just so that you can one up it on your friend and be like, hey, I got to the other side of the board. Now look at all the stuff I can do.
Now I'm all powerful, unlimited power
in checkers. So, that's just a few of the games you can play on your Regulation Brick Builders Club Lego game board.
If you get the bonus edition, which no one got, you can play Connect 4.
So, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Brick Builders Club TV. I know I enjoyed making it. I know Clutch enjoyed making it.
I enjoyed editing it.
So, we'll see you next time. Keep stacking.